my damn self this time. All right, so we're live right now on all social media platforms. Let me go ahead and hit the record button on the box and get the intro out of the way. All right, we are live on everything. Here we go.
A lot of podcasts these days. Tippy toe around everybody's little feelings. The little snowflakes are fragile. But you won't get any of that crap here. Welcome to the Mark G Show. From political issues to cultural issues to current events and everything in between, we're talking about it. And we talk about it how we want, melting the little snowflakes. This is the Mark G Show, and this is Mark G.
What is going on out there in good old Mark G Show land? Meg Robinson, I see you out there on YouTube. Hello, how are you doing today, Meg Robinson? Everybody, we're broadcasting live with a special episode this Sunday, and the reason why I say it's a special episode, because number one, we don't have a guest. Number two, this is going to be one of those things where my brother and I kind of just chit-chat because I really don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about today. But first and foremost, Gary, what's happening, brother?
What's going on, dude? Everything's good in my world. Just doing yard work, getting distracted before the podcast tonight.
I say life's got to be good, right? The wife's back.
The wife is back. Keep me busy. Now we got shit to do. 6
months, and now she's going to start cracking that whip and get you back into shape and get the whole house back in order, right?
Well, the house is in order. Thank God. I wasn't a complete piece of shit while she was gone. But no, it's just like during winter, I don't want to do yard work anyway because it's wet, it's dark, it's cold, it's rainy. It's not ideal for yard work.
Right.
But now, today was like 70 degrees, beautiful. So got the dogs out and we got after it.
Right. Hey, that works, man. You know, we're starting to get there. We're right around the 50s today. I didn't do too much. I went out, did a little photography. Took some pictures of Main Street in our area. Then I went up and put up this helium antenna, which we'll get to talking about here in a little bit later because I think it's an interesting conversation piece. First and foremost, let me say hello to Girl Duke out there on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. And as well as before we start our show, like always, everybody, everything you will hear on the show tonight, it is the opinions and commentary of myself and my brother on the show. It is for entertainment purposes only, and it is up to you as the viewer and listeners to do with our information as you please or to do more research. With that being said, let's get the story started. Gary's ready. He's got like that FF word.
Nah, right? It's all right. I'll let it go.
So no, a lot of stuff has happened in the news recently, right? First and foremost, you know, good old, or should I, incompetent Joe has decided that he is going to run for president. He came to put Obama to the side and told Obama that he is planning on running for president again. So he is planning to run for a second term. I don't think it's going to work out too well for him. I really don't. What about you, brother? What do you think?
Well, I hope it doesn't work out for him.
Right. I mean there's
he
a
didn't
lot.
get my vote the first time. He's not getting it this time around. I don't think he's done a great job.
No, I don't think he's been doing a good job at all. Matter of fact, there's a lot of people still chanting area all over there. I mean, I've seen a lot of people turn, a lot of people who have voted for him, even in the TikTok world. When you listen to TikTok, a lot of people who voted for him are now turning against him, realizing, wow, we fucked up. We completely fucked up. We thought we were going to give this guy a chance. You know, they sold him, right? They sold him and sold everybody on this vision of him that a lot of people are crying, no, this is bullshit. It's not going to happen. They didn't believe it, so they went for it. And yeah, they did it. And now he's fucking up America. And it's horrible.
I mean, I wouldn't think that there's not a shitload of people out there that think he's doing a great job. That's fucking terrifying.
It is. And my mother's one of them. I love my mother. I really do. Unfortunately, she is one of the furthest liberals I've ever seen in my life. She never used to be this way. And then she converted this way. And it's very weird.
What was it? Obama's charm?
I
feel like Obama's charm turned a bunch of people thinking that the left is like,
it could have been because that whole shit about Obamacare came out, and I was already highly against Obamacare.
Mm.
And I think that might have been what it was, because when I was bitching about it, and they're like, oh, no, no, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I can be the first to tell you, I have not seen that much good things coming out of Obamacare. I'm still seeing the price of healthcare outrageous. And for people crying for free healthcare, that's definitely still not the answer neither, because look at the countries that do have free healthcare. You go to the ER and you're in there for fucking days before you're actually seen and treated.
Yeah. The whole free healthcare thing is interesting, right? Like people want free shit, free. Like they don't understand that there's a cost. There is a cost. Like 50% taxes is not going to be the correct answer, because who the hell knows what's being done with our taxes anyways? Like,
Right.
what are we, like $40 trillion in debt right now, where we keep just giving billions of dollars to foreign countries for aid? And here we are literally collapsing into the fucking, we're crumbling. It's ridiculous. Like, I think it'd be great. Like, wouldn't it be dope if you could choose where your taxes went?
That
Because
would
you
be
can't, right? Like we just get taxed, right? Like it's a state tax, whatever your income tax is, right? Federal and state. So it's like, what if I want to put my taxes strictly to like, I don't want to say energy, but like just for shits and giggles, right? Energy.
right.
So, and then that would work towards like developing new energy sources, resources, avenues, venues, whatever. Like, wouldn't that be great? I think that'd be dope.
That'd be phenomenal. I mean, and it'd also be phenomenal too if we can start capping off the amount of money that these politicians make. I think once you get to a certain set of money that you make, you really don't fucking care. Like they're literally there collecting these big ass paychecks, and they're the ones that give themselves the raises. Like they really, in all reality, and I was listening to Tom McDonald. I've introduced that artist a few times, and I do agree with him that all politicians are fucking greedy, and all they do is care about for themselves and don't care about American people. That's why, in my opinion, I think when we come up to this next presidency, yeah, if Trump runs and he's the only runner up against Joe Biden, yes, I will be voting for Trump. But I would love to see somebody who has a veteran status, that has served in our military, who has been overseas, run for president. And I guarantee you they would get the fucking votes. And the biggest thing for that is because they know war. They know
Yeah.
war.
Yeah. So what was it? It was like I would have Tulsi Gabbard.
Yes.
She's military. She's a Hawaiian chick. She's fit. She's an athlete. She's hot. She's smart. But there was this Tulsi Gabbard. What is she? Is she a Republican? I thought she was a Democrat.
I believe
Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Internet is fucking full of misinformation nowadays.
it is.
Democratic 2016. No, wait.
I thought she did change her party. She was a Democrat. I think she did change over to Republican.
Did she really? I mean, that would be dope. If she did that, then it's going to be really hard for me to not vote for her.
Right.
Except for the fact that she's a part of this. What is she a part of? She's a part of that, like that really sketchy group that Dan Crenshaw and like some other folks are a part of. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
I don't, brother. I don't. Like I haven't looked into her that much. So like you're kind of just going off on that. I mean, because she would be phenomenal. She is a vet. She understands war. She understands the cost of war. And none of these presidents that we've had lately do not understand the cost of war.
No, they really don't. Deep state plants. Oh, conspiracy stuff. Yeah. So there's a God damn it. What is this? The Young Global Leaders, the Forum of Young Global Leaders. So it's like the Klaus Schwab World Economic Forum.
Okay.
I don't know. Dan Crenshaw, Tulsi Gabbard. The World Economic Forum. Is that what I'm? Hold on a second here. We're going to go down like one quick rabbit hole here.
Are we getting ready to go down a rabbit hole? Oh, dear God.
No, not a bad one. This is all public, very, very normal shit. So the World Economic Forum. So yeah, they're the ones that say by year 2030, you will own nothing and you will be happy. They're doing the whole like the Great Reset. I think they did that like back in 2019, where they were talking about like different ways to like work on revamping and changing capitalism. Like the World Economic Forum is a pretty, on paper, it seems really great. It seems fucking very utopic, but I'm an idiot. And so when I see this stuff, I just kind of naturally think like people are corrupt. These groups and organizations are corrupt. And so when I see someone like the World Economic Forum with everything they say, it sounds really, really great. But it's like you have David de Rothschild on there. You got this Megan Rapinoe. You got Zuckerberg, Crenshaw, Tulsi Gabbard, and then Alexander Soros. So you got Soros and Rothschilds and the Zuck involved. I don't know. I'm sus. I'm a little suspicious of it myself, but
a lot of those names do not sit well in my stomach.
yeah, I mean, a few of them don't, but it's like I do like Tulsi, and I do like some of the I like some of the shit that Crenshaw says as well. But they're on that World Economic Forum thing, and I'm just, my gut is just as dumb as my brain, but my gut tells me something doesn't sit right with that for some weird reason.
Right. Well, speaking with stomach not sitting right, I kind of called you and I already told you where I kind of want to go with this real quick.
Oh yeah.
So before I get into this, folks, you've already heard my disclaimer at the beginning. Please note that I am just an average person, business owner, and
we're both idiots.
Yes, we're both idiots. I'm highly against this whole thing, right? And I would like to know more information. My brother was reading up on it. Supposedly it's another virus causing it, but right now in our local news, and I'm surprised it's worldwide news, that there's been this huge outbreak of children coming down with this mysterious hepatitis. It's a liver disease, and the children are coming down with it. All of a sudden, it's out of nowhere. The children are coming down with it. To me, that's scary because in my mind, mind you, I'm just an idiot. I don't know. And any doctors want to chime in, please feel free to do. But could these vaccine for the COVID-19 virus have any play in this mysterious hepatitis that's outbreak that's happening in children? I understand there's another type of virus that you mentioned earlier, Gary, when you and I were on a private phone conversation in regards to it. And you said that's where they're thinking that it's coming from. What I would like to know, even if that's the case, I would love to see the data of how many of these children are coming down with this mysterious hepatitis and how many of them are vaccinated, how many of them are not vaccinated, right? Because a lot of people like myself who are not vaccinated are not getting it for the sole purposes. Number one, it is a brand new vaccine. You can say that it's old or whatever because the mRNA has been in years in labs and stuff like that, but it was never programmed. And I will say programmed because that's what this whole mRNA stuff is. It's programmed. It was programmed still as an experimental usage. And even and with that being said, it's still new.
So yeah, it was an emergency act, right? Because they were trying to say that there were zero alternative treatments for COVID, right? They were saying literally nothing else that exists in the world of medicine has any impact on COVID. And so what that allowed them to do was to push the vaccine through as like an experimental FDA approval for an emergency act. And basically they got billions of people to get their free donuts, to get their free burgers and beers, to get their their lottery chance. Yeah, there was free weed. Like whatever they got bribed with, it was all a part of the emergency authorization use for basically testing this mRNA technology on the public. Maybe. Allegedly. I don't know. I'm a fucking idiot.
Right. That's it. We're just our opinions.
I'm just saying it seems weird.
It does. It seems extremely weird. And especially when you do hear, and these people get silenced, you see it all over social media, but they get buried, right? Or they get flagged as misinformation, but yet they're the only persons that know what's going on in their body. There's been reports of people having certain serious side effects with this vax. I don't want to get too much into it because we've always talked about vax, but I'm just saying that there needs to be more research done. If any doctor or anybody out there love to chime in, either send me an email so I can update my show. If you're listening in on Wisdom, I would love to hear from you. Help educate these two idiots over here that are talking, I invite you in.
Yeah,
Um,
please. Please.
but in all reality, I just feel like there needs to be more data and find out how many of these children are vaxxed or not vaxxed. That's all I really want to talk about on that situation right now, because like I said, it's still new. It just recently hit
And
the
at
media.
the very least, it's another coincidence.
Right, exactly. Just another coincidence. And you know, it's funny though. Some of these coincidences where people were called conspiracy theorists at the beginning are now chiming out to be, oh, guess what? We want to tell you, you people that we were banning you or telling you for misinformation. Yeah, now it's real. We're going to talk like Hunter Biden's laptop. Oh shit, that's real now.
Yeah, but they're still only like, what do they spend, like 42 seconds or some shit like that on like mainstream media about it, or at
Oh,
least your progressive media.
and it's just like Maxine Goswell there. She slipped out of the media's eyes once once Russia started invading Ukraine. That Maxine Goswell just disappeared. We're gonna forget.
Ghislaine.
Whatever. I'm fucking screwed. I don't know. Listen,
Yeah,
she,
her.
yeah, her.
Epstein did not kill himself's girlfriend.
Yeah,
That person.
But yeah, like she's out of the media, right? And so now we're forgetting about all these poor children that were sexually assaulted against by high ticketed people, from celebrities to politicians.
Like even that, like all the Disney shit that's coming out.
Dude,
That's gnarly, right? I mean, look, as an adult looking at like some of the humor that they slip into the covers, like what is it? Fantasia has like a big old dong on it, like a dildo on the cover, like Little Mermaid or some shit. Like there's a lot of the social media. There's a lot of the old school Disney stuff that has a lot of like adult humor
right,
tacked in there, right? And cool, as an adult, that shit is funny and it's cool. Like it's good,
right.
it's funny. But then once you learn about the culture inside of them, like actually grooming children, things are a little different. Then I look at those jokes like, is that a joke? Or is that them just kind of like
Grooming a child.
is it them just subtly telling you like, hey, it's like, yeah, you might take it as a joke as an adult because but this is what it is, or isn't? I don't know, man. Like there's a lot of layers to it if you really want to like peel back, right?
Right. And there's a lot of it. Disney just had a big setback too in Florida.
Yeah, it's funny you say. I was reading an article and it seems like there's going to be a lot of debt. I guess like $100 million or some shit. I can't.
Well, they
remember.
just lost their own government.
Yeah, but there's like a couple of counties in Florida that I guess are allegedly going to be passed on those costs.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like DeSantis like kind of fucked Disney by doing that because of what they're doing, but in turn, like how they've got it all, just because of the way I think our system is pretty flawed. But I feel like there's going to be some like huge debts. But again, it was something from, I don't even remember the source, but pretty progressive source. So they could have been trying to put a spin on weird information, but it did make it seem like there's it's going to be a negative impact on the tax-paying citizens of a couple of counties in Florida.
Interesting. What I'll do is we'll put that in a note, and I'll make sure I research that. We'll bring that up on next week's episode, because I would be curious to read about that. And it's funny how you say, well, it's from a progressive area, because that's another thing. A lot of people have turned off their TV, right? And they've turned away from a lot of their local news sources now, because it's hard to trust your local news station. It's hard to trust your 6, 8, 13 Fox. Hell, it's hard to trust any news station right now, because you don't know how much of actual misinformation they're giving. And a lot of people are resorting to things like listening to podcasts or watching these live streams that are happening from, private reporters, because, it's just, people got to start putting the puzzle together. Everything's a puzzle now. Everything. Ever since COVID happened, everything has turned into a puzzle. You got to watch this media over here, watch this media over here, and watch this one, and then kind of put the pieces together and go, oh, okay. So we're going to take this. Now we're starting to get the truth out of it. But we had to pick and point them out a little bit, and now it's making sense. But before, it's like, this is complete bullshit. This is complete bullshit. So you have to like piece it all together in order to get your legit. It's fucked.
So that's how it's been. it's been like that for a minute. For like I could think of at least since, I mean, think about it, since 2001, that's really when shit changed in America. Pre the towers falling, life was pretty dope. And then after that, started getting like more of like the NSA checking on shit, leaking into phone calls and emails, getting into more people's like privacy. Then we started slowly eroding our freedoms because we wanted to be protected. We wanted to be safe. We need to be kept safe from ourselves. So, yeah, I don't know. That's things started getting weird after 2001, I think.
Right. And it's funny because there's a lot of stuff happening, and there's a lot of people right now that are trying to silence a very popular person and from taking over a company, Mr. Elon Musk.
Dude.
Dude, he is freaking on a war page right now to take over Twitter, and I hope to God he succeeds.
Yeah, man.
I mean, not to mention, you and I were talking about how it would be awesome to eventually get him on the show to talk about Neuralink for Dad.
Yeah.
He just made a tweet out earlier. It looks like he's replying to himself, as well as Tesla Roddy and Resident Sponge, where he says, if you've engineered or manufactured smartwatches or phones, please join Neuralink. Your skills are directly applicable. So, I mean, that would be awesome to see that happen. I mean, I'm curious on the whole Neuralink. I guess you've researched the Neuralink a lot more than I have. I don't know too much about it. And for those who get the notifications, I apologize. I am trying to block out these notifications as we're talking here.
Do we get some comments coming in?
No, not yet. Not yet. But no, the Neuralink's interesting. But as far as Elon Musk going after Twitter and trying to take it over, it's so funny how many people are whining about
Too many.
it.
Too many.
I'm going to leave Twitter if Elon Musk takes over. Da, da, da.
I've been using Twitter more since I heard about him wanting to take it over because I haven't been using it. I fucking hate it. It's like, it's full of bots, dude. Get rid of the goddamn bots. I hate the fucking Twitter bots, man. Shit is so frustrating. Same thing with Instagram. Like, these social media platforms have been completely overridden with bots.
They have.
It ruins the experience altogether. Like,
they're take out the fucking people who are doing these quote unquote fact checking when they're not even fact checkers. They're oh, you hurt my feelings. You're not fact. We're taking you down. We're suspending your account.
I've seen the fact checkers as they've come public.
Right. This is a pussyfied nation right now. We should be able to post whatever the hell we want. It's freedom of speech. And as I said it during the intro, it is up to the people who read your post to sit there and go, oh yeah, I fucking believe in that shit. Or
people want to be
a fucking idiot. That's what people should be thinking about. They shouldn't sit there and go, oh my God, fact checking. No, ban. They should automatically allow the people who read it go, yeah, that guy's a fucking idiot. That ain't legit. Or holy shit, that makes fucking sense. That's how it used to be. But oh, big bad daddy Trump came in, orange man, and oh no, now we got to fact check everybody and control everybody and make them fucking robots. And you got to think this way. And if you don't think this way, you're anti this, anti that. And oh, and you're racist. It's complete, utter bullshit.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, we're in it's a weird moment. I was actually talking with Ching about this earlier today. And she brought up a pretty good point. And it's consistent with some other folks that I've been listening to their podcasts. And it's like the left it's broken. I can't say the left because the left and the right are both broken. I think both parties, anybody who's center, left, center, right, are the majority of the people, in my opinion, right? It's the fucking weirdos that are far left and it's the fucking weirdos that are far right. Both sides are lunatics, in my opinion. And the vast majority of people I feel are pretty centered. But some of these fact checkers and I lost my train of thought. What did you just say before? It was can
we hit a rewind button?
I need to take notes, bro.
You're right.
I need to start taking notes because that way I can have a thought and write it down.
No, talking about how the fact checkers and how we need to go back to the day it was where people should be up to the people themselves to go, well, this person is, okay, they're making sense, or this person's a fucking idiot. That's what I was talking about. When we're looking at posts on social media, instead of having fact checkers, you as a person should have the right to think to yourself, okay, I can believe this, or I'm going to say this person's bullshit. Now I'm going to research it though, just to find out. That's how it should be. That's how it was. But then
That's how it was. Yeah.
and then Trump came along and they didn't like Trump. So everything had to change. And now if you don't go along with their agenda, if you go against them, you're automatically getting banned. I mean, hell, for what we just talked about, I'm not going to be surprised if anything from this video gets kicked off of YouTube or kicked off Facebook. I'm waiting for it.
It'll
But
happen.
be patient. It will happen, right? But it's just one of those things. Like if you go against them, you're a bad person. You're deemed racist. You're deemed this and that. And no one likes opinions anymore, unless you go with the left.
Unless you're in agreement with their opinion.
Yeah.
Like if your opinion is objective to someone else's current belief, then they don't like it. And
right.
then try to cancel you because you have a different opinion and you're wrong.
And they attack you. Like if they know where you stand on views, they come after you. I'm learning this from TikTok. Well, I'm gonna go.
The attacks are vicious, bro. Like people are fucking vicious when they're protected behind like their anonymity. By being anonymous online, you get a fake name. You don't have to. You have an avatar. Like you can say whatever you want with not getting punched in the face.
Right. Exactly.
Dude, Mike Tyson beat the shit out of a guy on a flight. I support Mike Tyson 100%. That dude that he should have fucking beat him up way more. Sorry, he sharp left turn there.
I think he even warned him. I think he told him to shut up and stop chatting. When the dude just didn't, Mike Tyson said, you know what? Screw it. You're going down.
What the fuck was that on that guy's mind, dude?
Oh, like who in the right mind to talk shit to Mike Tyson? Come on,
now. Go in the wild and poke a bear. You don't do that. You just don't. Mike Tyson is a bear, and anywhere on earth is the wild. Don't fucking poke Mike Tyson, dude. He's gonna kill you.
Yeah,
I hope if he goes to court, I hope he wins. Fuck that guy. Seriously, Mike Tyson's dope.
Yeah,
I support him. Man. People, dude, since the pandemic, the behavior, right? Getting into people's personal zones, the type of robberies that are taking place in broad daylight, like people, I don't know. I don't even know the words to like this. Is it a lack of respect, a lack of integrity? Like, I don't know what's going on right now with human behavior.
The court system's gone weak. The court system
has gone weak. True. They're letting out a lot of criminals and the police aren't. So the police are beating the shit out of people they're not supposed to beat the shit out of. And then they're not arresting the people who they should be arresting. Like it's bizarro world.
It is.
But so what I'm getting at is like this moron is like poking Mike Tyson 20 years ago. That wouldn't have been a thing. Like some schmuck wouldn't have ever considered that.
No, not at all.
Like that's like back in the day when that shit would happen, it would be a fan when somebody's like so starstruck that they become obsessive.
Right.
About like, ooh, I'm going to go and like find Michael Jackson, and it's like you lurk and you become a weird creep. That's how it was back in the day. But like nowadays, dudes are going up to like celebrities or just random people and like, just like, there's no more boundaries.
No boundaries at all.
Like it's weird.
People are walking into stores now, grabbing what they want.
Yeah.
And back out the door saying, yeah,
no shit's given.
You can't touch me. Nope.
Yeah.
Especially was in Sacramento, they 100% get away with it. What is, I can't remember the amount of money it is that they can walk out with. And they essentially get a slap on the wrist. And that's even if the police respond to the call right off the bat.
That's if they even decide to do something.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Back in the day, you'd steal a candy bar.
Dude.
The store clerk didn't catch you. Your mom caught you.
That motherfucker would catch you, though. He would run out and stop you for a candy bar.
Right? Your mom would beat your ass, drag you down to the store with your fucking earlobe and make you apologize, give back the candy bar and say, Would you like my kid to work for you for free to pay off that candy bar?
Right? Yeah. The 80s were great.
The 80s were awesome. There was things that need to be changed, but kids,
Totally.
adults had respect for one another, because if we didn't, you're going to get fucking socked. It happened in high school, in the bullies or whatever, and they hounded on a kid. That kid knew, all right, you know what? At this point, I've just got to turn around and fucking throw a punch. Either A, I'm going to lose the fight. B, I'm going to win the fight. But either way, that bully's going to gain respect for me, and he's not going to pester me no more because I stood up for myself. I know.
When was the last time you watched a movie from the 80s?
I'm a nerd, dude. Okay.
And just heard like the racism and like the bigotry. Like the 80s movies are pretty fucking gnarly.
Okay, you ready to make fun of me now?
What do you got?
Because you just asked me when was the last time I watched something from the 80s.
What was it, like last night?
No, unfortunately, because it was made in the 80s, I won't watch it. I won't watch any movie that is 5 years or older.
What?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know. It's something. I can't watch movies that are 5 years or older. I cannot watch a movie more than once anymore. Not once. Once I watch it, I'm
like a recent thing.
It's happened for the last few years. It's been like this. I can't watch a movie more than once. And this has been for a while in this one. I can't watch cartoons. Yeah, look at me like that.
What cartoons is wrong with you, dude? Cartoons are great.
I can't watch them. Like, I'll try to. They don't entice me no more.
You gotta watch Adult Swim.
I just
Adult Swim, dude.
Fall asleep and take a nap.
Watch some Moral Oral. That shit'll ruin your night for sure, dude. It's so good.
The wife has movie nights with the kids or movie days with the kids, and kids, I'll try watching it with them. I really will. But unfortunately, within about 5 minutes in that movie, you're hearing dad going.
What if it's like a cartoon or like a kids movie or something?
A kids movie like fucking Moana or freaking, I don't know, all this new stuff's coming out. But mind you, back in the day, one of my employees watches Bart Simpson when we're driving to accounts and stuff like that.
Oh,
I'll chuckle, but you put me in front of a TV to try watching Bart, I'll just fall asleep. And I loved the Simpsons back in the day. I did. And I love the Jetsons. Come on now. Jetsons were dope back in the day, man.
I was watching the Jetsons. That shit made me so hopeful for the future.
Right. And look,
it really did, dude. I can't even explain the level of disappointment.
Do you remember
that I feel that we're in 2022 and this is the fucking life we're living, dude?
Do you remember where they took place in the future? Do you remember what year?
I have no clue, but the internet probably knows.
I would be curious on that because there's been like certain movies where we should be in the future or whatever they're predicted. I think like back to
2062.
2060.
According to 6 sources. This is per Google.
Maybe there then. We still got Elon Musk. He's still alive. We may be there.
A lot can happen in 40 years. So what was like, think back into the 80s. What kind of shit was, look at a Toyota pickup or a Ford F-150 from 1982 and a 2022 Ford F-150.
Right. So we still got some time there, but look at
it's not
going
to be a flying car. Let's be real.
I don't know. There could be a flying car. You never know.
They've
already got flying vehicles that have been testing.
So they do have the robotic maid. That's something Elon is working on. Didn't they have like they got a bunch of little robotic stuff that's running around? There's big screens where like they're reading the news on little shits. Okay.
Little shits.
Little like drop down. Just like it's like a floating screen that's like with them. So I think our equivalent to that will probably be like glasses that superimposes like augmented reality out in front of us.
That's already coming out. I think Google or somebody's working on Facebook or Apple. No, Apple has the glasses. Google has Google. I know Google for sure did Google Glass. I wouldn't be surprised if Apple doesn't do a glass wearable. I think it'd be the biggest miss on their mark. Right.
I think anybody right now, if they have a platform where they can do like, I think it'd be sick if I could put on prescription glasses and have stuff like superimposed in front of me. That'd be kind of cool. letting you like type and shit. Like, what was that movie with Tom Cruise?
Oh shit!
Oh, it's older than 5 years. You wouldn't know, would you? Minority Report.
I mean, we're getting there, right? We got grocery carts now. Certain places when you're shopping, and you just throw the groceries in, and it automatically rings you up on there. Charge knows how much it is, and you can weigh your freaking your fruits and stuff on it, and throw it in the cart, and it's already done. And you check out from your cart. Have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, I can't remember where it's at. They're being beta tested right now, but they're actually grocery carts. As you're shopping, when you throw the item in the cart, it automatically knows what it is and adds the price to your cart. So you're being tallied up inside your cart. So this way, you can just check out. Boom. See you later. Walk out
because I don't like self checkout. What's up, Gary 530
from YouTube?
From YouTube. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And I think it'd be a smart thing to do to like, in order to get the cart, you have to put your card in, right? So that like activates it. And then anything you scan in that bitch, it knows the weight and everything.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's dope. That's cool tech. I'm down with that. It sucks. That's a lot of people who aren't going to work.
Right. And that's the scary part. Let's talk about that. Like Walmart, what the hell are they doing with their employees? I, for one, just saw somebody talking about this, and it is kind of ridiculous. So now when you go shopping in Walmart, which I call wall hell, by the way, I hate the fucking store of the passion. My wife has to like literally fucking confuse me to go to the store. She has to trick me to go here because I hate it. I really do. So when you go into the store, you are a fucking employee. You're not a customer. You got to buy your stuff, but you're an employee because there ain't a single fucking soul whatsoever in any checkout lanes. There's not a single human. You have to go to these self-checkout lines and check yourself out. Like, there should be, number one, a fucking discount. Number two, if you can't trust your customers as they're walking out the door after they're done ringing themselves up and you got to sit there and go through their items. Like, I watched this poor lady.
It's like Costco, though. I walk out of Costco. I have to show them my receipt. They have to look at my and like make sure it matches.
And they check 2 items, right? 1 or 2 items. This happens to Sam's Club. Don't get me wrong. I agree with that.
I mean, I only grab eight or nine things when I go there. You could see it, but there's people who will go and like fill up an entire cart, and they look, man.
Okay, so when I go to Sam's Club, mind you, I got a big family, so I shop a hell of a lot more than you in that aspect. I can go to Sam's Club, dump $400 to $500 in groceries, fill that fucking cart up so it looks like fucking Mount Rushmore as I'm walking out the friggin' store. Yeah, I'll give them the receipt. I don't mind handing my receipt, whatever. You can look at it, verify 1 or 2 items, look at it, and kind of eyeball and go, okay, have a nice day.
Yeah, this looks like about $500 worth of shit.
Right. I watched this poor lady's video. She had her cart, and they wanted to see her receipt. They said, you did not ring something up. The lady's like, no, I ringed up everything. They proceeded to make her feel like a criminal, took her into this back room with her cart, and proceeded to empty everything out of her cart.
Okay.
And then counted in one by one. And then the guy, everything was verified. The lady told him. And then the guy said, oh, one's not verified. Like, he went on and like, dude, this poor lady was traumatized from shopping. I just feel like Walmart needs to have employees working in their checkout. They have to. We can't not live in the self-checkout because
unless they're going to use that technology that you were just talking about, where it knows by the weight. Like, if you're walking out with your cart and it doesn't weigh the right amount, then that's a thing, right?
Right.
But if this is just,
I can get that. There used to be, I thought there was in self-checkouts, there used to be weighed out. Like, you had to weigh out your bag, and if you moved your bag beforehand, it like,
that's how it is at the self-checkout. And it yells at you. Yeah. I just did that the other night. I got yelled at by the machine. Because I was like, I moved something, and it was like, put your item back. And I was like, it's there. And it's like, put your item back. And I was like, it's there. I don't know. Like, I moved it. It's still there. And it's like, I had the lady had to come over and look at it and like clear it out. And I was just like, fuck, dude. Like, I moved it. It's, yeah, whatever.
Oh, so yeah, Gary 530 from YouTube is saying, yeah, there's a scale after you scan something if you don't put it.
Yeah, it was there. I just moved it. The scale tripped out.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was there, brother. It was there, man.
No, I mean, it's interesting where we're going in the future, where we're at, but at the same time, it's really scary and seeing where we are in this political field. It's really scary seeing the biggest divide that I've ever seen in my life ever. And I'm about ready to turn 8 years closer to 50. I'm getting old. I'm getting really fucking old when I'm getting that close to 50. Like, I'm scared when I hit 50. Men in our family, die young. We die in our.
Well, moron, you could do fitness and stack the odds in your favor.
I do fitness.
Don't bullshit the world, brother. You do a physical job, but you don't do fitness.
Physical job and fitness, same thing.
Definitely not.
Oh, you still want to go on a rampage?
The hill I will die on, big dude.
I can see your face like you're ready to rampage.
I'm not gonna drill you.
But no, I mean, it really is the biggest divide I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Sure.
I mean, people do real. I guess the moral of this whole story is as I'm seeing pregnant men emoticons now. I mean, men don't get pregnant. I hate to break it to you guys. It's not possible at all. We were created where women give birth, not men.
Yeah, every human being on this planet has passed through the legs of a woman.
Yeah. And if anybody would love to debate me on that, feel free to email me on air at the Mark G Show.
Info goes nowhere.
Right? Info goes nowhere. Don't email info.
You will get a bounce back email on that one.
I invite anybody on Wisdom. I see we got 36 people over here tuning in right now. If anybody on Wisdom would like to jump in, now's the time, because to be honest with you, this is more just a bullshit type of an episode. So if anybody would like to chime in, maybe you got an opinion you heard of us talking about, feel free to talk with us. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy times. I think everybody, right, left, centered, needs to come to an opinion that we all have different opinions.
Needs to come to an agreement that we all have different opinions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong to you, move on. Don't hate the person. Don't wish death upon the person. They're right.
There's a lot of that right now, actually.
There's
so many people wishing death.
Dude, I get called a racist on TikTok sometimes because
you're white.
Some of the shirts I wear. Or someone will ask me, do you believe in the BLM movement? And I'll tell them, I don't. I really don't. Do I believe in all lives matter? This is where I get yelled at, where all lives matter. I believe everybody, no matter what your color. No matter what a person's color is, I believe they are a person. They're a human being. I don't believe in judging a person for their color. I believe in judging a person for their character.
And I'll be real judgy on that.
Right? And who they justify themselves as. If they're going to be an absolute dickhead or a freaking complete you're damn straight. I'm going to call them on. I'm not going to like them. But they're the kindest fucking person, then hell yeah. I'm friends with I'll say right now, I'm friends with multiple liberals on TikTok. I am. I talk to them. I have great conversations with them. And we do the agree to disagree thing with, and we get along just fine. We do these TikTok battles and we have fun with each other. I have people that I follow that are BLM. You know what? It's their thing. If it's what they believe in, let them. My biggest thing is that I was highly against was the major destructions we saw in cities. There shouldn't be destructions. I saw them burning down buildings, burning down businesses, beating down people. Now, granted, other people do that as well. Other organizations do this as well. I've seen it with the Proud Boys. I've seen the Proud Boys start fights. Okay. I've seen them do beat down. I don't agree with it. I am one that says that we as a United States of America need to fucking grow up. Stop acting like fucking children.
That reminded me of what I was going to say earlier.
Okay, go for it.
No, I was going to say, because we were talking about like the left is so the far left, right? We're talking about the far left here. They're so like their policies are like kind of self-sabotaging. So all of this chaos that's going on right now,
right, should
self-correct. Because once you start putting in these policies and you think like they're going after the people you don't like, so you're like, yeah, but then like those policies will come full circle and start to bite you in the ass. And then you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I don't like that. It's like, yeah, but this is the policy. And it's like, well, I don't know if that's good policy, because it's like, it's affecting me negatively. So maybe we should change the policy, And it's like, and that's what I feel like is going to happen. That was a point that Ching brought up. And I've heard a couple of other folks that are saying this, like these moments of chaos should, if the corruption isn't so goddamn deep that there's just no cure,
Right.
because we the people, right, we're the ones with the power. So it's like this should self-correct. Because you got to think, like, the people, and this is Ching's point, so the people our age who are raised like the last 20 years, right, like our sisters in this mix of these kids who are being like very negatively affected through like these affluent colleges, like being super progressive and like kind of fucking with people's heads and the way they think.
Yeah.
But we don't, like, we're aware of this because this stuff is after us, right?
Right.
So like this is a newer thing that's happening. And so, but now like the kids, like your kids right now are starting to get into the schools, right? So now
Right.
you're going to be able to like correct the brainwashing that they're getting.
Right.
Like, you're going to come home and they're going to say, Dad, you're wrong because of this. And you're going to be like, no, actually, like, this is really what it is. And this is why it is correct the old way. Right. So it's like, it's generational gaps. And so I feel like it's going to be rough. Like, good times, what is it? Good times create, what is it? Bad times create strong men create good times create weak men create bad times create strong men. It's a cycle, right? That whole thing.
Okay.
And so right now we're at like the good times created weak men, and now men think they're women. So we're into some bad times right now.
Right.
That's the cycle. Like, we're from the good times to the weak men to bad times. We're at that transition right now. And so hopefully it doesn't go too far down that rabbit hole, but hopefully it self-corrects. That's all I can hope, is that it self-corrects. Ching made a good point about it, and her point was much better articulated for a woman that doesn't speak great English, but
I mean, it makes absolute sense. I get it.
yeah, I'm hoping self-correction takes place.
Oh, I'm freaking hoping it does as well, because yeah, like I said, I'm tired of everybody being called racist. If you really want to go down the
Or
racist,
Nazis, or
if you want
whatever.
to go down the racist road, everybody of every culture has somebody who's racist.
100%.
It's racist isn't just one skin color or one nationality. It's everybody. There's always somebody who's racist.
Yeah.
And I've called out racist people in my time. I've had friends that are fucking completely racist. I'll be like, listen, dude, you need to cut your fucking shit. I know I'm not that way. And that's why I
was even a bigot when I was a kid. I'll admit it. When I grew up, I was a little fucking kid living in like the middle of nowhere. And so like I was never exposed to anything. And so I was kind of cut off from the rest of the world, and in a pretty secluded part of the state. And then I moved out to LA, and that shit is a cesspool of culture.
Oh, that woke you up.
It woke me the fuck up, dude. Like, it was really good to be thrown into the deep end, and to like, I went out there in 5th grade, and I'm like sitting in my 5th grade classroom, and I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. Like, there are so many, like, every ethnicity is sitting in here. I didn't even know what to do. It like took me a little bit of time to just be like, these are all people, and like they're all really fucking cool, and I like these people. And then I would hear
minorities.
Huh?
We were the minorities out there.
I mean, it's like, I guess, but it's like, I don't even think there is a minority. I think like everybody's a minority. It's like there's 5% of everybody. Like there's 7% of everybody. You know, it's just it's like, if there's anything dope about LA, is the fact that there's every fucking culture, every lifestyle. Like, if you want to learn about a culture, you could find a lot of people from that culture in LA, and you could probably get like a really cool traditional-ish, experience out there.
Yeah, and you can't find it here in Maine. I'll agree. And you really can't find it here in Maine. I mean, Maine's starting to expand quite a bit, but Maine is still not as open as California. I will say, though, you know what I miss about California when I was in high school that I still tell my children about? I said, number one, I miss when you go to eat lunch in high school You had fucking Taco Bell out in the friggin' Corabelle. You had freaking Chinese. Like you had, oh
You
yeah,
had
you
the
had
whole
every
shebang.
friggin' choice you wanted for
Yeah,
lunch. Great.
yeah,
And then of course, if you didn't have the money, you had the little freaking dining hall where you could go get your free lunch. Or
yeah.
then
They
when
had
you
really shitty burritos, but they were great if you were broke for a day.
right, or like when you wait before you go to school and you want to try getting in trouble, you guys would go in the little locker domes and start pitching quarters. Dude, I made so much money back then pitching quarters. That was fun. Did you ever do that?
Nah, what are you pitching quarters?
Yeah. So, all right. Trying to remember the name of the high school first off. Torrance High,
South High.
South High. There we go. Thank you. Same thing. But yeah, in the little locker bay. So you had the little locker cubicles. We'd go in there and we'd pitch quarters. So you'd throw your quarter, and whoever's quarter was closest to the wall won all the quarters. We typically have a game like 5 or 6 of us in there. So we tossed the quarters, and whoever's quarter was closest won all the quarters, and you keep playing until the fucking bell ring. I can't believe you never did that. But then again, you and I did hang out with different crowds.
Yeah, yeah. I skated, so I was just I chilled with skaters.
Right. Nice.
And skaters were usually just smoking weed and hanging out.
So Gary 530 says he lives 8 hours from LA. Over
Sorry
in
to hear that, bro.
And then right, he had Little Caesars at his high school. Sorry guys, I'm just going through some chat here, and Gary 530 is gambling at its finest. So Gary 530 knows about pitching quarters. But my brother Gary on the podcast has no fucking clue.
I'm not a gambler. I don't go to Vegas. I don't gamble. I don't really play video games. I'm not a gamer guy. I don't like that shit. I want to move my body. I want to learn a skill. I want to do that.
Right. So the last thing before I close everything up, folks, I've started a new hobby. Granted, I do the photography hobby because my brother got me into it. That dick. I just started doing so. Getting back into taking pictures. That's great. But one of the things I ordered last year, back in, I want to say it's November, is I ordered a helium miner. For those who don't know what helium is, look it up on cryptocurrency. Its call sign is HNT. HNT. That's Hotel November Tango. And if you look that up, you're going to see that it's currently valued, I think, right around $17 one coin. So I ordered this miner. Now, granted, a lot of people, when I mentioned I got a miner and I hooked, everybody's like, oh no, your electricity bill is going to blow up, because I'll tell you, Bitcoin miners, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all those miners rack up your electricity bill because of the amount of fans and cooling system it's got to run. And dude, those fucking things are loud. They sound like a freaking, yeah, no, they are. Dude, if you get one, I'd love to see it.
I know, right?
So yeah, but when you got this helium miner, it doesn't cost anything extra in the electricity bill, because what it does, it builds a network. So you got this little box, and you got to put in this antenna either up in your attic. You gotta want it higher next to your window if you want to keep it indoors. Mine's outside. We got it on the roof, and literally it builds a network around you. And everybody who has this helium miner, they talk to each other, and you rack up cash. And it's pretty fucking cool. So far, mind you, I had to spend 50 cents of it today because I upgraded my antenna, and it cost me 50 cents in helium to upgrade it, right? I know. But I made that 50 cents in the first day. I kind of want to talk about it now, because I've done this antenna. So I've had this thing, I think, since Thursday, I think is when I installed it. On Thursday is when I put it up. And since Thursday, I've mined $11.39 on this thing. 2 hours ago, I made 41 cents.
Can't wait to see all your helium coins.
Right? I mean, it would be interesting.
Gold bucket or what?
What's that?
Huh? So you're
What
gonna
did
keep
you say, smart ass?
bucket or what?
I don't know. We'll see. Hey, there's a lot of stuff coming out about helium. There's a lot of companies start using. So helium build, when I say
do you have a wallet, is there a helium wallet? Like, how do you?
I've got the wallet right here.
Okay. So you can take that, you can convert that to any other coin, right? Like,
I can convert that to Bitcoin, into a Bitcoin wallet that way I can cash out and stuff like that. There's a way to do it so you can cash out.
That's cool then. All right.
So yeah, you eventually cash out. But I mean, what's really cool about it though is just the way how it's building this network, and finding out that it works off GPS systems. Like people who have their dogs or their cats sign up to this GPS system, they connect to the helium network, and the helium network is one of these things that helps people find their pets or other stuff like Apple AirTags and stuff like that connect off of the network. It's a helium network. So it's very interesting. And you get paid for it. So you're essentially, and there's a 5G version coming out. So
are you a sales rep for this company?
No, I'm excited about it.
So making money on it. That's all.
I'm making money. I'm making money.
I got
man.
$12, dude. I'm stoked.
Listen, I'm actually so excited about it. Like a lot of my TikTok grinding may go towards getting the 5G one. There's a 5G one that's coming out. And the cool thing about the 5G one, though, is
aren't you worried about like 5G radiation, like scrambling your brain, or what is it supposed to do? What does 5G do?
That I think is crazy mumbo, but I don't know. I'd have to look into it more. I'll research it.
It's a security threat.
But no, seriously, man. I mean, I'm looking into this stuff, and freaking there's a thing called Freedom Fi, I believe, is a cellular network, and the 5G part is it's actually going to help people get cell phone service off that. So instead of having these big cell phone towers, for people who are mining helium, are going to be able to be a cell phone carrier. Essentially, you're going to provide cell phone service to people. So if you got an antenna installed on your house, you're providing cell phone service for these people with Freedom Fi. Don't hold me on the cell phone company. I just recently came across the article today regards to it. But that's going to be like probably right around $500 or $600 would be my guess is the 5G one. But, and of course, it'll probably take a year or two for you to get it because everything made in fucking China and it takes forever to get to you.
Supply chain is broken right now, brother.
Supply chain is more than broken. It's fucking blown up by a nuke called freaking, well, you know.
Wrong button.
Wrong button, damn it.
Yeah.
But listen, man, I mean, for my last words, everybody listen. Well, like I said, we're two idiot brothers that come on here and we talk about what our opinions are and what we think, what's going on, what's wrong with the world, or maybe there's some local news. That's what we discuss on here. But I want to leave everybody with my final message today is listen. Like I said earlier, we're all humans. We all do need to learn to get along. I have no qualms against anybody. The only time I ever have anything against anybody is when they come attacking my family. And when they come towards my family, I'm going to come out as Big Daddy Lion and I'm going to attack you. And that, with that being said, I do want to bring up one more news article that just, as I'm making this quote, reminded me, Libs of TikTok is being attacked right now. They're trying to dox her. They
call the cops or a SWAT team or whatever.
No, that's called swatting.
Or swatting. Oh, that's swatting.
What's doxing? Doxing is when you find out who the person is, where they work, or who their clients are, and stuff like that, and you try getting them fired and hurt them financially, or come after their family, threaten their family. So the person on TikTok is currently having this happen to her. She's not bringing it down. She's continuing to go on, which she has every right to. All the videos she's posting are videos from TikTok or Facebook that she's finding. She has every right to post it. Those people post it on social media for the world to see. So she has every right to post it on her freaking Twitter.
See, that's the kind of stuff that drives me away from wanting to do anything, is the fact that there's psychopaths that will go out of their way to ruin your life for whatever is in it for them, right? Because they disagree with you. They will go out of their way. They will make it like a life's mission to ruin someone else's life. And
right. And
it's like, is that a recent phenomenon? Like, were people doxing 20 years ago? Like, I never heard of it before, but I just don't know.
I just started hearing about doxing about a year ago.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So this is a recent phenomenon. This is like recent human behavior thing. It's fucking weird, man. What, like, I don't know what's going on. People, like, the behavior of people is weird these days.
And it's all because they don't agree with you.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the reason is. I
I
feel like it's complicated, but I don't know what it is.
So, like I was saying, back in my final words, people, you got to do better.
Final words. Chime in, please, people. You're smart. I'm sure there's at least one smarter.
I'd say I've seen quite a bit of educated people on this Wisdom app who have tuned in, and I would love to hear from them. If you guys got any opinions, please feel free to chime in real quick before we log off.
School us, please.
Yeah, please school us. You got something that may be against. Listen, we're not going to get mad with you.
So what did we cover? What's a recap for what did we cover today? Do you remember all the random bullshit we covered?
We covered Elon Musk. We covered pregnant men. We covered, my wannabe conspiracy theory about the whole hepatitis thing with children recently broken out.
But that is a weird coincidence, right? It's just it's a weird coincidence. Anybody that knows anything in the medical world,
right. If you don't want to chime in, that's fine. Feel free to send me an email if you want to be on the show. I'm more than likely invite anybody onto the show. Come on, let's do a video show here on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and we can talk about things. Well, you can easily get the email at the end with the intro, or I'll give it to you now. It's the on air at themarkgshow.com. And I invite anybody on to be a guest, especially if you got a great conversation piece with stuff that's going on in the world today, or maybe you know stuff about the Elon Musk. What is that thing that you're really interested in, my brother?
The Neuralink.
The Neuralink.
I mean, anything Elon does, I'm on board with.
So I mean, yeah, if you guys got anything, please feel free to email me. I would love to have you guys on the show. And as always, until I can find one, I am definitely looking for a psychic or medium to be on the show.
You don't exist, brother. Fake. I'm telling you.
Believer, brother. And I would love for them to come on here and we'll talk. And for that psychic and medium too, to make it more interesting, I'll be more than welcome to take on different people off of Wisdom app or somebody off of TikTok and bring them on the show. Just to kind of help with readings as well. So it's not just the people on the show, just to help it out and make it more fun. Other than that, I mean, brother, do you got anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think we covered some good bases. I do. I'll tell you after the show.
You say that as I'm still live and people are like, ooh, what's he got?
I know, right? We'll leave everyone else hanging on that one. We'll next the next podcast, it will be. It will be.
Gotcha. All right, man. Everybody who tuned in today, the whopping 46 people on Wisdom, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you that came in and tuned in and listened to us two idiots talk tonight on this podcast. For everybody,
so much.
Right, for everybody's listening on Apple, Spotify, and all the other podcast voice platforms, thank you all for tuning in and downloading those podcasts. You are what helps keeps us running and motivates me. For everybody tuned in on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, thank you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. I love doing this show. And I'm going to go ahead and end it now, and let's get the party started. Here's the outro.
There you go.
You've been listening to the Snowflake Melter, the Mark G Show. Mark is your everyday hardworking business owner that loves America, and he certainly doesn't mind telling it like it is. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. To send an email, it's on air at themarkgshow.com. And find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Mark G Show. See you next time.